Today's episode of the Saturday Sunday Hit Anime Show comes courtesy of no one. Due to licensing, or lack of interest, this show is unavailable for legal streaming. If you'd like to watch along with us, the entire show is available for purchase on Crunchyroll. Links to everything in the description below. Now, on to the show! Hello everyone and welcome back to the Saturday Sunday Hit Anime Show. I'm your anime host, Older Bro.
I'm your other anime host, Younger Bro.
And today, we continue in Student Council's Discretion.
Final episode.
Yep.
Call the police? I like you in like a brotherly kind of way. Are you fucking with me? They all leave. Huh. She just said she loved him, so...
No, that's not just his delusions. That's a lot of people's delusions.
This is the strangest love confession I've ever heard of.
Okay, he'll taint you with his black desires. I mean, it could be his harem for the day. Although if you gave into that, that might be problematic for you. That probably, like, if they did give him what he wanted for a day, they might end up liking it too much. So we can't have that ever.
I have to admit, I've seen many shows. I have never, ever heard of a girl just walking up saying, I like you, and that's it.
I mean, I've heard of some stuff that's about that weird. I don't know if I've specifically heard that one, but...
Like, that's some
it's not,
weird stuff.
Yeah. Not the weirdest I've heard.
But it's just like...
Yeah.
How can you drop a ball like that on a guy and not actually do anything with it?
Yeah.
Like, I could see why they like him, because he does basically most of the work when they all leave. So that's kind of something.
But also, there is some attraction. Okay. I want to be clear that I'm not generalizing this. There is some level of attraction they're always going to have for him, just given the fact that he is so insistent that it's kind of going to be inevitable that there's some minimal level of attraction for a guy who's like, well, I mean, he wants it so badly, and it's not that I hate him. Why
Nagato.
is Nagato here? So you're saying that harems are not impossible? Well, we're not going to ask him anything. Winter deadlines? Wait. He'll handle your future or her winter deadlines? Our conversation wrapped up in a weird way.
A video game designer. Dead.
And
Wait, even she's shipping it? So you want to be a YouTuber? You're perfect for Two Bros Game Night.
yeah,
Get in here.
honestly, I'd be fine with her applying for Two Bros Game Night.
Okay, actor for Mafu, please contact us at twobrosgamenight.com.
Is that really a consumer game now?
I wanna be the very best. They have the Rocky music!
No, it's not quite the Rocky music, but it is very.
It's similar.
Very
dun,
close.
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, they got something almost equivalent.
He'd do it. He'd do it just for that face.
I live by the sword, so I can die by the sword.
I'll probably die as a mimic. You're going to get punched again.
An office lady?
Nobody has any dreams. Oh, damn! I will make out with you right here and now.
Oh, God.
Too cute! Yes! Yes, that is the great reaction! God damn!
This was foreshadowing.
So that's why you dressed up as a bride.
Yeah, I mean, very clearly.
She will evolve into Celeste.
A rich person is a career.
No crimes, okay? Do not be a part of the mafia.
That extremely disappointed face. No. This is not Mecca. Go away. Why are they butterflies and also Mecca? No, go away.
So you'll be the Kami sensei from the other anime.
I think this is just a reference to her being Sakura.
Something realistic. Okay, if you want realism and it's harem related, I think the most you should ever have is 2 girls. But even still, if you have 2 girls, just choose one.
Bad idea.
These two are
Geekins! What?
These two are probably the most relatable because they both like video games.
Yeah.
No. King of Giga. 12 episodes, and that's what.
Stop referencing the fact that you know this is a show. Who the fuck are you?
We're about to meet Nagato. It's Nagato!
Pretty sure that's a boy. 99% sure that's a boy.
Little did we know we were watching another season of Haruhi.
Nagato is not a boy. Yeah, that is a boy. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. She's filming.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, this is a boy.
I read your oh my god!
Yes, that is accurate. Uh-oh. The slight amounts of bisexuality in him is like, hold on. I cannot accept this.
I'm actually a chicken disguise.
I'm reasonable. For fuck's sake, no. I really want him to say, you have to go out with me if I walk him home. Is she getting off
Yes.
in the... no, I mean literally right now.
Yes.
Where is her hand?
She's going down in destruction.
If nothing happens, it's bad boys love. Her power... Maybe she's secretly God.
Okay, I have to ask, why the hell do you look like Yuki Nagato?
It's not Nagato. Uh-oh.
Now nothing.
I have 4 of them. Oh my god. No, I will take you home. That's fine.
I swear this is just Mafiu just fucking with him. We're rewriting the story. We're making this shit happen.
Clearly he was bullied for being gay. If the show says he was bullied for being gay, I swear to God. Everyone's gonna end up in his house at once. Yes, but that's for extremely selfish reasons. A cardboard box? She used to be the vice president. Who was the president at the time?
I don't know. Anchor's mentality.
Are you goddamn kidding me? No, fuck right off.
What?
Fuck right off.
What?
Yeah, some girl. I'd love to stare at her all day and all night. Literally scared of guys.
Wait, they're like, oh shit.
We are, yeah, this guy is our fault. We caused this.
Because they made me happy.
Dot, dot, dot.
Were you following me? I feel like... I'm going to go this way now.
You're the ones that said it. Why is that making him embarrassed? That is a fantasy. You hold him. Everyone runs. He's still waiting there. Well, I've never seen an ending for a show that's more we have no belief that we're gonna have a season 2 ever. As a reminder, guys, this show has a season 2.
It does. It took a
But
while.
this ending literally has all the well, we need to make clear that this is not going to have a sequel. That was the beginning. No, that's not happening.
Longest running anime.
Nothing
really happens.
Can we see that, please?
What?
They're trying to figure out what the plot of the next season of the show is going to be.
Yeah. And they animated it. Oof.
If that is actually the sequel of this,
I'm not sure. I don't.
that would
think
be
it
stupid,
is.
insane. Okay, but seriously, why is boy? Yeah, unfortunately, there
But
kind of was a
there
second
was.
season, which, yeah, or
Is there anything else after the credits?
no. So it's so just to be clear on this show, a show like this show ended the show with a "there is no way that we are ever going to have a sequel. This is the end."
This is the end.
And then it wasn't the end.
That's
Is
interesting.
this show desperately trying to disappoint everyone, including the people who want a second season? If you don't want a second season, you're disappointed because one existed. If you do want a second season, you're disappointed because the show literally tells you, we will not be continued.
That's a lot of shade throwing it at itself. That's hilarious.
For fuck's sake. Oh my god. Okay, everyone. So, now we are at the ever-present end of the anime, which means that we do have to give a ranking. So, as is tradition, younger bro, give your thoughts and opinions on the anime.
Okay, guys, so we have another situation of I seen a lot of the clips of the anime, but I didn't know it wasn't like Nichijou. I was expecting a Nichijou show.
You saw all the clips, and all the clips were very high-intensity insanity, and then watched the show, and that is not representative of the most of the show.
Yeah, honestly, I think the show would have been better if it was Nichijou-like.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, guys, to me, this is not the worst anime in existence, and I don't know if I should affect the rating on how you have to watch this anime, because as far as I can tell, the only way you can legally watch this anime is to buy it.
I think that we should, in general, not rank a show based on how we had to obtain that show, because that's... the way I'm going to describe it is, think about games. We are not going to rank a video game by saying, oh, this game was on the NES, and we didn't have a working NES, so we had to download an emulator, and then get a copy of the ROM via only legal means, and play the game on there and say, well, that's hard to access, so it's worse.
Yeah, I'm just saying...
Yes, it's crap to have to get a DVD to watch the show, and if we said, for example, the show was a 50%, I don't think that that'd be a reasonable thing to ask the audience to go get a DVD. If the show is that mediocre or worse, you should not be going out to buy the DVD to watch that show. It's just not worth it. But I think that we should judge the show on its own merit. Only what's in the show.
I'm looking at it as this was a delisted game.
Yeah, that is an accurate way to look at this. This show has been delisted. We have watched the whole thing. The question is the show worth it?
Is the show
to have the audience go track it down themselves and have to get the DVD and buy the DVD player, or the more likely thing of they're going to use illicit means, which we cannot legally recommend you do.
Yeah, well, I mean, the reason how we had to watch this was it wasn't even via a Blu-ray player.
Yeah, we have a Blu-ray player. That is accurate.
But it's for PC.
Yeah.
Like, we had to get the PC Blu-ray player.
We have an external Blu-ray player for our PC and the discs.
Do I think this is worth buying and worth watching? So, I'm going to say this. I did like it. I did like the anime. It was not it was not the worst anime in existence. In fact, I did have a lot of fun with it because I was expecting it to be out there. But I wasn't prepared for how out there it was going to be because I haven't seen all the clips, but I've seen a majority of it. So,
yeah.
Unfortunately, this is a magical senpai kind of situation where I've seen most of the clips and...
Yeah, but for Magical Senpai specifically, the clips were the literal only good parts of the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this would have been a better show if it was like Magical Senpai. But anyway, so yeah, it has a lot of... It's a very dated anime, that is for sure. Like, it kind of gives me Fist of the North Star vibes of dated.
Because this show came out in like 2006, we found out, right?
This is like 2010.
Right. And this show feels like it's like 95.
It's older. It feels older. It feels like a retro anime.
Yeah. And they do that on purpose in some situations. They have that effect, but it really does feel like the show came out in 2000 or earlier.
But yeah, as soon as they introduced Ellis-chan, the show immediately got better. And what is more sad to me is the rest of the Ellis-chan clips are in the next season.
Yeah.
So
they basically only use her like 2 or 3 episodes total, and she only appears
about 3 or 4
She
times.
appears once here and maybe twice in the next season, and that's it.
I know she has 2 full episodes,
mm-hmm.
and then she may appear one other time, and that's it. And that's very, very disappointing because she is objectively the best character.
Yeah.
Now, I want to say this. All the characters are likable. Like, I don't really have a problem with a lot of them. Maybe Sugisaki. Like, he might be the only person I have a problem with because he's just like, you're not reflective of any guy that I know.
Well, but that's fair, but I don't know that there's almost any of these shows where I would say that the guy is reflective of a real normal person.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, he felt weak as a character.
Yeah, that I can understand that.
Like, he's just there.
Yeah.
Like, I think what they're trying to do is he has, like, almost Deadpool levels of humor, and it's not coming off right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's a big, like, for me. Like, he's kind of middle tier kind of character.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to look at the show overall. Like, the rest of the characters, I'm fine with. Like, they get decent reactions from me. And I can relate to them more than I can relate to the main character.
Sure.
So, yeah, I would like to see them go out and do more stuff because the student council, I could imagine going on more trips and going on, like, camping.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more of that instead of just in the same room. I will agree with the anime saying that they need to go to other places.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this is supposed to be school life, so
yeah,
I'm trying to look at it as I'm watching, like, what was that one anime? Tiger.
Oh, Toradora.
Toradora, thank you. I'm trying to look at it as, like, Toradora, but Toradora did go to places. They did go to, like, what was it, the Himalayas at one point?
I don't think it was the Himalayas, but it was
some equivalent.
It was a mount. It might have just been Mount Fuji or something. It was in Japan.
Yeah, so
but Yeah.
They went off and did shit, and they're just staying in one
Yeah.
room. But that doesn't necessarily make it a bad anime. I thought,
No.
yeah, I thought this anime was okay. It was kind of middle tier, but I also don't want to rank it too low. I want to say this was like maybe a 7 out of 10 anime. Like, I don't want to rate it a 6 because I don't feel like it deserves a 6.
Yeah.
It feels dated, like,
Yeah.
very dated, like Fist of the North Star levels.
Yeah.
And like the only reason I'm not rating it a 6 is because one of the best anime characters I've ever known is in this anime,
Yeah.
and that's Ellis. So it would be a 6 if not for Ellis. So it's a 7 out of 10 for me.
All right. So let me talk this show, because I sadly didn't get to rewatch it. I told younger bro off camera I did think about rewatching the whole show, but I didn't have time. Because I worried that this show I was going to have a different opinion of this show if I watched it alone than if I watched it for the channel. Similar to the next show that we're gonna watch, which we have already watched due to it being a weird show. You'll see when we get to it. But I was worried that this show was going to be something that I would enjoy more if I watched it alone. But we'll never know, because I didn't get to do that. So, my opinions on this show. I don't know what this show wants. Because, here's the thing. I think you're right that this show would have been better if it was like Nichijou. Now, obviously, Nichijou was not around yet when this show released. This show came out before or after Haruhi Suzumiya, but before Nichijou.
Yeah, I feel like this should have been a setting where it was the council doing random things at different random times.
Yeah.
And I think that would have made a better show.
Yeah. So, but to talk about how younger bro was looking at it, like, here's my problem with this show in general. I don't know what they want the show to be. Because this show flips wildly between being a more serious drama, something closer to Haruhi, and then a show, and then flipping to something more, or even Toradora, and then something flipping to stuff that's random like Nichijou.
Comedic.
And here's the problem. If they want to be something like Nichijou, their comedy is not off the walls enough. They need way more comedy. And
yeah, they just kind of do collabs with other anime with their comedy.
And that's something I do want to talk about. Having watched this show, I had to think about my opinions of this show a lot. Because I've been thinking about this for like 8 weeks at this point almost.
I don't hate it and I don't love it. I just think it's okay.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I knew out the gate, like within a couple weeks, that I was going to find the show only okay. What I was struggling with a lot was my opinions on this show and its constant references. And I thought about it for several weeks, and I think I finally came to this conclusion. I don't like when shows do references. Not that a show can't, and not that it's always bad to do so. But here's the thing. This show, on at least 4 different occasions, has brought up Haruhi Suzumiya, and at least on 2 different occasions has brought up Death Note. And here's the problem. As a reminder, when this show came out, Season 2 of Haruhi did not exist. So when this show talks about Haruhi, it is about one of the best shows ever released. When it talks about Death Note, it's talking about one of the best shows ever released for a drama. And here's the problem I have with that. This show is not good enough to even be mentioned in the same name, or in the same breath, as Haruhi Suzumiya or Death Note. Haruhi Suzumiya and Death Note are those shows that you tell everyone, oh yeah, you have to watch that anime before you die. It is that good. Don't avoid Endless 8, but that hasn't come yet. But yeah, those are the shows you tell people to watch before they die. This show is, you don't even need to tell people this show exists. Like, Magical Senpai is a show that I would never tell anyone that it exists. Sword Art Online is too big for me to say that. Everyone knows it exists, but it's not a show I'd ever recommend. This show is pretty similar to that. Not in terms of how bad it is, but in terms of I would not recommend anyone watch this show. The problem is, it's not even average to me. It's just like, yeah. So when a show like this, that's at best average, starts talking about way better shows in it, the only way I can look at that is that the show is desperately trying to say, well, those shows are good. I want to be that good. Like me as much as you like those shows.
Joke about that at the end. By the
Yeah.
way, I thought the ending was cliche.
Yeah, and that's kind of my problem. Every time I see those bits, I don't laugh at them. I don't find it funny when they show Death Note and they show the apple. I find it to be insulting, frankly. It's like, don't put Ryuk in your show. Don't put Yuki Nagato into your show. Don't put Haruhi in your show. You don't deserve those characters. Those characters have more personality than you can ever write. So it pisses me off to no end that this show brings them up multiple times. And I know there's other shows that I don't get the references to that they keep bringing up. I am dead certain that I don't know enough anime to know all the references this show brought up.
Oh yeah, they probably bring up even games.
Yeah, they bring up other things, I'm certain of it. But I just don't know what they are. So this show leaves me with a sour taste in my mouth. Even beyond it just being average. Because it's so desperate to try to be compared to Haruhi, to be compared to Death Note, that it keeps bringing them up. And I'm just like, no, you have to stand on your own as a great show before you can even think of referencing those shows. And you do not stand on your own as a good show.
Yeah. I've only seen like maybe 1 or 2 clips from season 2, but I know that it gets crazier.
Yeah. And frankly, I'm not against it being crazier, because Nichijou is absolutely insane. And that show is excellent. One of the best shows ever written. But then we look at stuff like the shows I want to compare this to. Toradora was a good show to compare this to, and Haruhi is a good show to compare this to. Haruhi is a serious drama show. That's its goal. It has a lot of funny moments, but the show isn't meant to exactly be funny. The point of the show is, you have a character who is literally God. She can delete you from existence by thinking about it. And you have to have all the characters in the show figure out how to work around her. How do we make the world keep working? Because if she does anything wrong, without thinking about it, the world will end.
Fucked.
And you get some intended hilarity, but some unintended hilarity as well, from those moments. Toradora is just a school show. It's literally a show about being a high school romance. Yeah. But Toradora's characters are written way better than these characters. Haruhi Suzumiya has better written characters of the show. In fact, here's the thing. The problem with Haruhi is, again, as we have said repeatedly, the only problem with the first 2 seasons of Haruhi Suzumiya is Endless 8. It is that one story arc.
That screwed it.
But there is no problem with any of those characters. Not a single one. Nope. Those characters are some of the best characters put to film.
Fucking love Yuki Nagata.
Excellent characters.
And even StudentCouncil'sDiscretion loves Yuki Nagata.
Yes. But that's the problem. It's like, what are the other characters in this show? The best written character in this show is arguably Sugisaki, who has one goddamn goal in life, which is to have a harem. And I fucking hate him.
Yeah.
I just absolutely hate him.
Like, to me, the best character is Ilish-chan. She is a freaking, 5-year-old. And she is she freaking screws with Sugisaki, and his reactions to her is some of the best shit I've ever seen.
But yeah, it's like...
Love her character.
Yeah, a lot of the characters in the student council feel very underwritten. The president literally is a toddler. That is her character. Is being a toddler.
And I like that.
Just
and
being
she's,
a middle
and
schooler.
she's
That's
cute.
it. Yeah,
Like,
but it's like, give me something more than that. Like,
And then
something. The fucking, was the treasurer? The girl who's an investment banker, basically.
and then Makyu.
Yeah, Mokyu. Yeah, she probably has some of the best character writing in the show, and she's a sadist who is also an investment banker, also an art thief or some kind of thief on the back end, also Mokyu.
She's every like final boss character made into one.
She's actually a very well written character. I like her.
Yeah, I like her. I think the sports girl can be cute at times, especially with her hair down. That I was expecting.
Yeah, sports girl is very good. But the thing with her is she's into sports and action shows, and that's literally her whole character.
Yeah, and then we have the soft-spoken character, and I like her.
I like her, but again, there isn't a huge amount to her character more than just like, I'm into boys' love and writing video game stuff. I think video games and boys' love.
I honestly think there's three big disappointments. The main character, Sugasaki.
Yeah, because I understand his motivation.
Yes.
I know what he wants. He just sucks. And I hate him.
The ending was kind of...
The ending was,
anticlimactic.
Yeah, the ending was
mundane.
Is just a piss on every single person.
And then I think the confession.
Yeah, the confession was just like
I was expecting
it
to go full on, oh shit, she's gonna make out with him right fucking now.
Yeah.
And then that didn't happen. I'm just like, no, that's not
this is one of the things this is one of the reasons I hate slow burn romances like this.
Will they, won't they?
Because here's the problem.
This is
every single one of these girls does want to be with Sugasaki. That is how they're written. They very clearly do want to be with him.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just
episode 8 is clear of that.
It's just that none of them necessarily want to be in the harem romance route, and none of them have the balls to actually ask him out when they clearly know he's not going to ask any individual one of them out, except her.
She was the only one.
And
I thought that was big.
Yeah, and then her reaction was just like, oh no, I'm just happy that I've gotten it off my chest. There's no value to it.
And that pissed me off.
Yeah, just fuck you. Just fuck you as a romance show. If you're literally just gonna say, oh, we're gonna do the confession, but it doesn't mean anything. Fuck you.
Their main focus, I think, is to be a twist comedy.
Yeah, and it's not fun for that. Like, it has a lot of shock value, but it doesn't have a lot of humor. There's some good moments, but not a lot. And the other problem, so I will just say, this is better than Magical Senpai. I'll agree with Younger Bro on that. This is better than Magical Senpai because, frankly, this show has more funny moments than Magical Senpai.
Yeah.
It's not the bottom of the barrel, but it is not anywhere near the top of the barrel.
No.
So, now, to speak about the one character Younger Bro really likes. I cannot remember her name.
Illis-chan.
Yeah, Illis-chan. Now, here's the thing. I actually like her sister a lot. I would like to see more of her sister.
We do. We see her more in the second season.
But her specifically, I am not happy with.
Why?
Here's my big problem with it. I've realized, after seeing her character, I think I'm just tired of shows showing lolicon scenes and just being like, oh haha, the guy likes kids. I'm just like,
that wasn't the case in this anime.
No, it wasn't. But it's like, but I'm just sick and tired of shows making fun of that. I'm just at that point where I'm like, I understand. It has been done. You've beaten this dead horse to the point where it is a skeleton and you are still beating it. It's like, it stopped being funny 20 years ago.
Like, she reminds me of the purple hair chick from We Never Learn.
Yeah. Honestly, and actually, no, I'm going to give a negative to that. She does not remind me of the girl from We Never Learn, because the girl from We Never Learn is an adult. And that, she is small, but she is an adult.
I'm saying personality-wise.
But even that, I wouldn't say is accurate. Because she teases him a little bit, but she doesn't tease him for liking young kids. Again, I don't, like, personality-wise in terms of just, like, being smarter than him. I'm absolutely fine with. I'm just sick and tired of the joke of oh, you like little girls. I'm just like, I'm frustrated.
That
with
was
this
the
shitty
other
fucking
characters making
joke.
that joke.
It was, and I get it. So I don't really hate her in particular. What I dislike is the fact that this show
They went
hammers
the
this
lolicon
home.
route.
Because the fact that the main president looks like a middle schooler automatically is going to mean they make this joke at least once in the show. It is unavoidable.
But they didn't do it to her.
Yeah, but they never do it to her. Instead, they bring in the sister of the newspaper girl for the sole purpose of making that joke. And it's just like, just fuck off. He isn't interested in her. He has no desire to be interested in her.
No.
And he clearly doesn't care. The only reason that you brought her in was so that she would hug him, and then all the other girls would get jealous, and then everyone would say that he's a lolicon / the P word I can't say on YouTube. That's the entire joke. And it's like, that's not fucking funny. And not only that, he should be pissed off at those girls for insinuating that.
He was.
Like, not enough. Like, he should have been more angry than he was at the girls for trying to insinuate that he wants to get off on young girls.
We were just playing a game.
And it's just like, I've just realized from watching the show that I don't find that joke funny anymore. It was funny the first few times that I've seen it, and I've just gotten tired of it. Make a new joke. Come up with something goddamn new. Learn from Nichijou, which has 10,000 jokes that they take to 150%. Make jokes like that. That's a good, funny show. If the funny part of your show is, oh, haha, main character who wants a harem, has a young girl near him, must be a lolicon, you are not funny. That's what pisses me off in this show so much. Because here's the thing, guys. We have a show coming up. I will not say what show it is, but we have a show coming up that is going to do what this show is trying to do. And it will do it 1,000,000 times better. I guarantee it. And you will know what show it is when we watch it. It will be very clear. So I've just realized based on that show, again, I have not seen that show. I've seen clips of it. Similar to Younger Bro.
Of the next show?
Not the next show. Of one of the next shows. One of the next 5 in our block. Because this is going to be really weird, because we're recording this show after we recorded the next show.
Yeah.
So, between these two shows, this one you're watching now and the next one you're about to watch, these are the last shows in our current block. We are now moving into a new block that has 5 new shows that are set. We have to do those 5 shows. And one of those 5 shows is a show that's going to do this show way better than this show can do it. It was well written, and the author actually gives a shit about this. This show feels like it was shit out, where it was like, we wanted to have some characters that are fun and enjoyable, and it's all about a student council and a guy who wants to do a harem. And it's like, okay, give me more than that. Way more than that. Here's the thing. Haruhi Suzumiya has a better fucking chance of having a harem. The main guy in that could reasonably get with any of the girls in that show. It is very obvious which one he'll get with because she is God, but he has a better chance of having a harem than you. Hell, Sword Art Online's main character has a better chance of having a harem than you. All that to say, while I do have some significant problems with the show, I wasn't 100% set on where I wanted it. Because here's the thing. I know I hate the show more than Mob Psycho. I know it's not at Magical Senpai and Sword Art Online levels. But I'm stuck, but I've been stuck on where I exactly want to put it. And this comes down to a problem that we have generally, at least for me. Actually, it's just looking at it, it's true from Younger Bro as well. We don't have a lot of middlingly good shows. We have a lot of 10 out of 10s. We have a few 5 out of 10s. Almost nothing at the 6, 7, and 8 range. So when I come to a show that I'm struggling to figure out where exactly it goes, I have to look at all the shows we've watched and say, did I like this show more? And here's the thing. Student Council's Discretion is dated. It's dated
because it feels like it's dated.
it weirdly feels more dated than Fist of the North Star in a sense. Fist of the North Star looks dated, but it's still a very competent action show.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, this weirdly feels more dated than that, where it's like, it feels like these jokes have been around for 50 years, and they're telling them at, like, one of the worst ways to say it. Not necessarily the worst, but not good. So, in terms of where I'd want to rate this, do I think that this show is worse than Fist of the North Star? I'm not 100% sure. But if I look at We Never Learn, and I say, Season 1 of We Never Learn, do I think this is worse than that show? I kind of think I want to. I think I want to say that I would prefer to watch We Never Learn Season 1 than to watch this show.
I think I can agree with that as well.
Yeah. Now, Younger Bro's not helped here because he put that at a 9, so obviously he's going to agree.
But I also think Fist of the North Star was also better than the show as well, and I put that at an 8.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they're around the same. But I want to put this show a little bit worse than Fist of the North Star. Fist of the North Star is visually dated, but it is still a solidly written show.
It really is.
This show is not well written, and it is comedically dated. And it's not even a great drama. And again, I don't know what they want. Does this show want to be a drama, or does it want to be a comedy? It clearly can't tell, because 3 of the episodes are dramas that don't fit the tone of this show.
Yeah, I think it wants to be a twist comedy. That's what I think it really wants.
And I don't think it's doing a good job at that. So I think I'm going to say that this is a 6 out of 10. I really was. This is no joke, guys. I do not come up with my rating 100%. I do not set what rating it is until we finish the final episode. And I have been struggling throughout this episode and through the past 4 weeks at least, trying to figure out, do I want to rate this as a 7 out of 10? Well, first off, I was assuming Younger Bro was going to rate this way higher. Secondly, it was, do I want to rate this as a 7 out of 10? Or do I want to rate it lower? And 3, do I want to see the second season of this right after? And I think that my mindset, when Younger Bro said it was a 7, and I was like, oh, I might rate this as a 7. Do we want to watch the show season 2 if it's 7 out of 10? Exactly. And I think I realized, no, I don't. You got to be better than a 7 out of 10 before I'm going to watch your second season. This show is not.
I'm going to say this is a show that I can wait to watch the second season. Like, I'm not in too much of a hurry. Yeah. Because most of my rating was due to disappointment. Because I was expecting it to be a much better show, especially after I saw the Elstron clips. And I didn't get that.
Yeah.
I was expecting, like I said, Nichijou levels of, like, clips and insanity, and I didn't get that.
Yeah.
So.
But
I also don't think it's a dog shit anime that shouldn't be watched.
No,
I think it's an okay show if you want to pass the time and you want something kind of dated and funny to laugh at. So.
I'll say this. Even if I thought this show was a 7 out of 10, and we said that this was a 7 out of 10 show, the way I would describe it is this. It is a, at best, average show that if it fades from existence, nothing of value will have been lost.
And I think that's in the process.
And that is what has happened. This show was not good enough for anyone to care to renew the license. And I think that is a deserving death for it. Don't seek this show out. Do not buy it on Crunchyroll, even though we put the link in the description so that you can buy it on Crunchyroll and watch along with us. It's not worth it. It's not that good. But if for nothing else, we have watched it for historical purposes, and if for nothing else, this helps us to inform whether or not we should continue watching shows. Because our rule is we watch shows if they're 7 out of 10 or greater. And I think that rule is not a good rule. So, should we just set it to 8? Would you have wanted to watch Mob Psycho 100 Season 2?
After that, yeah. I wouldn't have mind more Mob Psycho, yeah.
Okay. Then let's, for now, just say it has to be more than 7. It can't be a 7 out of 10. It has to at least be 7.5, 7.1, 7.2, don't care. Anything more than 7. Because I'm just like, this show, I cannot imagine us watching, even if we got it to 7 out of 10. It just is not worth watching again. So we'll come back to it at a much later date.
Yeah, I can wait.
He'll be waiting a while, I feel. As a reminder, guys, this next block of shows, we are guaranteeing from now on, there will always be a season 2 or above.
So we're going back to something. Yay!
Yes, in the 5 block. So we will finish some shows.
Now, speaking more about Student Council's Discretion, I have no idea if season 2 is better, because there is a season 2. So, I don't know if it's better than 1.
I get this feeling it's going to just be more, and not necessarily better.
It's just going to be more of the same thing.
Yeah. But we shall see.
Yeah.
So, that's going to be it for this episode. We will come back next time with a brand new anime.
Very excited.
Yes. Now, just to be clear, we're excited for a different anime than you'll be watching.
Yes.
Because the anime you're watching, we've already
Something
finished.
other.
But we're excited for that show too.
Yes, we're excited for more that's not Student Council.
Yes. So, until then, we will see you all on the next Saturday Sunday Hit Anime.
Goodbye.